Council went into executive session for the aforementioned reasons. Do I have a motion to come out of executive session? Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Second by Councilman Fulmer. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We are now out of executive session. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion from the work session.
Second? Second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. I'm trying to find my glasses. All right. 6 o'clock meeting to order with the invocation and pledge by the Honorable Carl Cease.
Let's bow our heads. Lord God, our Father, we come here tonight to do the work for the citizens of Newberry County. Just give us the guidance to make the right decisions for all the people in Newberry County. Also, we'd like you to oversee and protect our armed forces across the world and back at home, but especially the 117th for Newberry that was deployed in Kuwait. Look after them, all our first responders and citizens of Newberry County. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Luckadoo and our prestigious guests.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've got an honor tonight. We're stepping outside the box a little bit on the Pledge of Allegiance from what we normally do. But we are honored tonight to have three of our soldiers here tonight from the 117th Engineer Brigade out of Newberry. The reason they're here is, if you will recall, we were presented or given a flag that was flown over the headquarters in Kuwait, which is where the 117th currently has been deployed. So they sent us a flag. We actually last week flew it on the flagpole outside in conjunction with the city who was presented the flag. We thought tonight we would have some of the soldiers from the 117th actually come, and we will say the Pledge of Allegiance to this flag tonight. So we appreciate that. Tonight we have Sergeant Major Peter Hagee, who served as the very first Command Sergeant Major of the 117th Engineer Brigade, which is home here in Newberry. And currently, Sergeant Major Hagee serves as the Special Projects Manager for the brigade. With him is Master Sergeant Ashley Smith, who is currently the Senior Logistics NCO for the 117th Engineer Brigade and is the Acting Rear Detachment First Sergeant. So welcome. We appreciate y'all coming.
What an honor.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
help.
What an honor it is to have brave men and women overprotecting us and thinking about us even when they're over there. That's amazing. So appreciate them coming in. Ooh, all right, item number 2, adoption of the minutes, and we'll take both A and B as one if I hear no objection. Hearing none. Item A, Newberry County Council Work Session Minutes, March 4th, 2024. Item B, Newberry County Council Meeting Minutes, March 4th, 2026. Do I have a motion to accept? Motion by Vice Chair, second by Councilman Reeder. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item number 4, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Motion by Councilman Smith, second by Vice Chair Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item number 5, special appearance. Danielle Hemsey, Newberry Soil and Water Conservation District.
I do not believe they are here.
All right, we will skip over item number 5. Item number 6 is the administrator's report.
Thank you,
Part
Mr.
A.
Chairman.
Oh, go ahead.
Tonight, we have 3 service award presentations. I believe we have 2 in attendance tonight. But it's always an honor to recognize our employees for the years of service. We typically do this at 5-year increments, 5, 10, 15, 20, so forth, so on. Tonight, we do have 3. We're going to start out with Sheena Owens. If you come on up. Sheena is with the Newberry County Sheriff's Office. We thank you for being here this evening. It's a pleasure to recognize you for 5 years of service with the Newberry County Sheriff's Office. Sheena works under Sergeant Cleary on A shift and does her job to the best of her ability every day. We appreciate all that you do to serve and protect our citizens of Newberry County. It's a pleasure tonight on behalf of County Council to recognize you for 5 years of service. Don't believe Dina could be here tonight, correct?
No.
But I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and read this out anyways.
Please do.
Dina Wilbanks, who is also with the Sheriff's Department, is being recognized for 15 years of service. She began her career with the Newberry County at the Detention Center in 2011. In 2013, she became the school resource officer at Newberry High School. Dina was promoted to lieutenant in 2020. She handles the sex offender registry and warrants for the sheriff's office. Dina also supervises the communications dispatch division and the administrative staff. She is a no-nonsense supervisor whose priority is getting the job done right the first time. She is loyal and a dedicated employee. Let's recognize Ms. Wilbanks for her 15 years of service with Newberry County. And the last one we have is Janine Toby. If you come on up, please. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to recognize Ms. Toby tonight for 20 years of service with Newberry County. She started with the Clerk of Court's office March 13, 2006 as an office assistant in Common Pleas Court. Over the years, she has been promoted and now has the position of Common Pleas Deputy Clerk. Even though she works mainly with the civil court, she assists with the criminal court and is always willing to assist with other departments in the office if needed. She is a quick learner and a very detailed worker. She is a great asset to the clerk's office. Let's recognize Ms. Toby for 20 years of service with Newberry County. I got it quicker. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Thank y'all for coming out, and congratulations.
Mr. Chairman, Council, Council has been provided tonight a copy of the draft proposed fiscal year 26-27 budget. Just a reminder that we will have 2 budget work sessions next week on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, beginning at 5 o'clock here in the council chambers to review those draft budgets. Also a reminder that each council member must have their statement of economic interest completed by March 31st. It's easy to forget. This is just a reminder. Get it done. Try to avoid the $100 fine that ethics will put on you if you don't have it done. Also a reminder that Monday, March 30th at 5 o'clock p.m. will be the Economic Development Committee meeting. Due to the 2 budget meetings next week, we decided to push that meeting 1 week to March 30th. So just a reminder about that. And that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Item 7, we got a little bit of a different agenda, by the way. At this point, Chairman's comments. I appreciate all of our employees for their years of service, especially. I mean, they are really a backbone to us. But really, really want to thank the soldiers who are here tonight. And for those that are overseas serving to protect us. That means a lot. So just want to remember them and all of our first responders and keep everybody safe. And that's all I got for Chairman's comments. Item 8, public comments regarding items on the agenda. All right, Rudy DeWalt.
Hello, everyone.
If you would, please state your name and where you live, Mr. DeWalt.
Well, I'm Rudy DeWalt. I live in Jonesboro, Georgia, but I'm in reference to Prosperity South, 1025 Langford Street, Prosperity, South Carolina.
Okay.
Home property. Since I came, I've been giving some answers, but I just thought I'd speak on it anyway. Well, I was speaking on some zoning that some of my inherited family property I've been over for the last 15, 20 years. And since then, I've come to find out that the zoning and permits have changed. And we had a property on a trailer on that property and water and sewage. And since then, it's been replaced. And we come to find out the zoning have changed, and we trying to seek a hardship to see if we could get find out all the details, get a mobile home put back on that same property where it was pre-existing before. Because we since tore that one down and had to wait for funds to, get everything back right. We were not trying to sell a property or change anything. We've also, since learning of the rules that changed, we've also hired a attorney firm to come up with a clear, quiet title, but we've just recently learned of that a few weeks ago. We haven't had time. It takes time to go through all that. And so that's where I'm at right now. We just learned of that in the 12th hour. We weren't aware of it. And the people we was buying the home from didn't properly seek enough time to get a permit in time. So that's where I'm at now.
I guess you're working with our,
Yes,
County
yes,
people.
she's fine. Now, just like I said, I had already requested to speak on it.
very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Mr. Forrest Bird. State your name and where you live. I know, we know you, but go ahead and state your name and where you live.
My name is Forrest Bird, and Rudy's one of my neighbors. I've known him for a little while. Good guy. He's pretty much managed the property next to mine for a long time. He sort of oversaw when the timber was cut and all the other stuff. It breaks my heart when they had a mobile home there and they just want to put one back. And then suddenly they're running into this, it's just becoming a big mess, and it's putting them off for it's going to take 6 months or more, supposedly, for her to get permission. Because I get that family land is complicated. Family land is complicated. It's been family land a long time. Rudy's been managing it a long time. She wants to live on her family land. She bought a trailer. She's got it all lined up to put on her family land to replace one that used to be there. She's gave notice up in New Jersey where she's from. She's trying to move down here. So she gave notice to her job, got herself in all this mess and all this limit to move, and she's all ready to move. And then she can't get a permit to put the trailer on the property. And I get that they're talking to Ms. Wertz, and there's not one individual landowner to sign off on, I guess, who gets to put the property there, and I sort of get that. But is there any kind of like a provisional, okay, you can put it there, and if there's a problem, you have to take it back off? Or, I mean, it just seems like it feels like the bureaucracy has gotten in the way of letting the lady live on her family land where she always wanted to. And it's just stretching it out so far it's painful. It's hurting her, it's hurting her family. And there ought to be some kind of provisional something, temporary permit, some kind of something in the interim until if they want to, do the family title. Because I don't see how it really should even really matter to the county that much. Because if there's a legal issue, it should be a legal issue among the family members. And if they want to battle something out, they could. But none of them have an issue. But I guess that's all I'm saying. And I'm just here on her behalf just because they need someone to represent them a little bit, I guess. Anyway, good to see y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Oh, I do have one other question. Those email addresses that are on the county website, do those work? Mm-hmm. They do? Y'all get those? Mm-hmm. All right. Wasn't sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flores. All right. Item number 9 is old business. Part A, second reading, ordinance number 0101-2026, a text amendment to the zoning ordinance section 153.033, 153.168, 153.170, and 153.231, allowing fences and walls within the setback area. Do I have a motion that this be second reading? Motion by Councilman Reader. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Scurry. Any changes or anything? Ms. Wertz? Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 2, second reading, ordinance 03-01-2026, allowing Newberry County to enter into an option and purchase agreement with Project Altair for economic development purposes. Do I have a motion to be second reading? Motion by Vice Chair, second by Councilman Scurry. No changes to this as well. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. And item number 10, new business, resolution 2026, designated the month of April 2026 as Fair Housing Month. And I will read the resolution. Whereas the County of Newberry desires that all its citizens be afforded the opportunity to attain a decent, safe, and sound living environment. And whereas the County of Newberry rejects discrimination on the basis of race, religion, color, sex, national origin, disability, and/or familial status in the sale, rental, or provision of other housing services. And whereas the state of South Carolina enacted the South Carolina Fair Housing Law in 1989. And whereas the month of April is recognized nationally as Fair Housing Month. Now, therefore, be it resolved by Newberry County Council that the County of Newberry does hereby designate the month of April 2026 as Fair Housing Month in Newberry County, adopted by the Newberry County Council in a meeting duly assembled on the 18th day of March 2026, at which a quorum was present and voting. Do I have a motion we accept the resolution? Motion by Councilman Smith, second by Vice Chair Caesar. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, item B, approval of the 2024-2025 audit by Malden and Jenkins LLC. Do I have a motion to adopt the approval? I got a motion by Councilman Reeder. Second? Second by Councilman Scurry. Anything you need to discuss about that? We just went over it earlier.
For those that may not have been present, we had a presentation by David Usfara, who was the lead on our audit for Newberry County at the 5 o'clock work session. He went through that presentation, presented it to council and those in attendance tonight.
Very good. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item C, approval of a bid for Plum Nelly Road repaving funded by FEMA 2026 through 04. We have Ms. Walter.
Thank you. Let me give you a little bit of background about this road paving. This is due to the storm from Helene in 2024. There were significant trees that were down. Josh said there was about 60-plus trees that needed clearing on Plum Nelly Road, which is in the Prosperity area of the county. The damages were to the road were incurred by Public Works because they had to clear the debris and trees off the road. So as Josh explained to me, they kind of dug into the road itself, which caused the damages. FEMA conducted a site inspection and determined the damages were directly related to the storm, and therefore reimbursement from the FEMA Public Assistance Program was approved. The approved amount for the project is $93,748.93. FEMA is funding 75% of the project through the Federal Disaster Declaration for Hurricane Helene. The remaining 25% was covered by the state of South Carolina, leaving no impact to the county's obligation to match the funds. We solicited bids on March the 10th and received 4 responses. The 4 responses are from Integrated Site Solutions in the amount of $216,483, R&T Grading in the amount of $84,230.80, Satterfield Construction in the amount of $124,859, and Steve Paving in the amount of $84,628.90. The lowest, most responsive bidder, R&T Grading, is who staff recommends. And according to, we do have the funds in hand for the project, of course, in the amount of $93,748. And I spoke to the consultant today, and he informed me that the overages that may be compiled here for approximately $9,500 would be retained for any overages that may come up for future projects. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions? Have questions?
Quick question.
Mhm.
what's gonna be put back? I know out there now, it's basically,
Well, the amount, the difference between what we have received funds for is about $9,500.
right. But I mean.
What kind of road?
What
I
kind of
think
road?
was-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it gonna
Josh,
be
you
a,
want to come
I'll let
down?
Josh talk about that. I think it's a triple treat.
The road was originally a chip sealed road.
Right.
We're gonna go back with hot mix asphalt.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
road quality will obviously improve.
Okay.
We're probably gonna get some additional width out of it, which would be a good thing. Anybody not familiar with that road, it is relatively narrow. So it'll be a good improvement for sure.
I got you. So depth, you got an idea about what kind of depth
I
they're
think it
gonna
was
be?
4 inches, if I'm not sure. I don't have
Sorry,
the paper.
I know.
with me,
I have it right here. Give me just a second.
It'll be a 2-inch surface course
Okay,
on the existing base, so.
okay.
Now, then granted, obviously, we'll make sure the base is done properly as far as
Gotcha.
compaction goes and stuff like that as well, so.
And we did receive unit pricing also in case there is additional work that needs to be done that's not in the lump sum bid.
I got one question for Josh. What length are they gonna actually repair? What's the distance?
The width you're talking about? or-
No, the actual
are they
length. how
doing the whole
far?
road?
It'll be the entire road.
Is that a half mile, a mile?
It's 1,893 square yards. I want to say that road, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's probably around, right about a half mile as far as the full length goes, but they will go from, basically, the road comes out on Ham's Landing.
Okay.
They'll go all the way to the dead end on the road, because it actually goes back to a cul-de-sac. And like I said, I think they're going to end up with a finished width of about 14 feet, which will be in line with our paving ordinances and all that as well, so.
The cul-de-sac on the end, from what I remember, it wasn't much of a cul-de-sac.
It's not much of a cul-de-sac.
Nah.
It's just kind of, just basically a dead end of somebody's house there essentially, but
Yeah.
I think it does have a little bit of wear where people have, kind of use it as a turnaround, but I don't think they're intending on putting a, pronounced cul-de-sac there. I
Gotcha.
think they're just gonna pave kind of what's in place as it is.
Okay.
Just the road part.
That's correct.
Now, it'd be better than what it is, I'm sure.
Much better. I've talked.
It wasn't good.
No.
I've talked to many of the citizens on the road that live there, and they are very happy about what's coming, so, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah,
Hate we had Helene, but at least it's getting paid.
we'll take it.
That's right, yeah.
We'll take
All
it.
right, any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, all in favor of to approve the,
You got a motion first.
Motion.
yeah, let's have a motion first. Do we have a motion to accept the bid? Motion by Councilman Fulmer. Second by Councilman Reader. Any further discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, next, first reading ordinance number 03022026, a text amendment of section 153.073 to the zoning ordinance, chapter 153, which will allow for outdoor retail sales. Ms. Katie.
Thank you. So as we talked about in the work session, this is a text amendment for outdoor retail sales, which is a business that sells transit items such as storage buildings, granite countertops, landscaping materials, anything that is a transit item that is an accessory to their permanent structure. Right now, all items have to be within the setback, which is 50 foot from the road right-of-way. This text amendment would allow those items to be within 5 foot of their property line, which is essentially 5 foot from the road right-of-way.
Essentially 38 foot.
Correct.
All right. Any questions? Do you have a motion to accept? Motion by Councilman Fulmer, second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, first reading ordinance number 03042026, rezoning property located at Folk Road and Calvary Church Road. Newberry, consisting of 8.34 acres from LLC Limited Commercial to R2 Rural. That's TMS 335-24.
You jumped
Skip
down.
one.
didn't you?
The building fund, building permit fee. E, skip D.
You skipped one. Retail sales and then this one.
Oh, okay, sorry. I put a check mark by it, sorry. First reading ordinance number 03032026, a text amendment, section 151.04 to the zoning ordinance, chapter 153, establishing a penalty to building permit fees. Ms. Katie Work.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So this is a text amendment to put in writing that building and zoning staff will have the ability to double a permit fee for anyone that is caught building before obtaining the correct permits within the county.
I've heard the explanation. Any discussion? Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Vice Chair, second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, now first reading of ordinance number 03042026, rezoning property located at Folk Road and Calvary Church Road, Newberry, consisting of 8.34 acres from LC Limited Commercial to R2 Rural, and that is TMS 335-24. Ms. Squirts.
So this rezoning request was submitted by the property owner, Mr. Fred Harmon. Currently, the property is zoned limited commercial. Many years ago, he rezoned it to limited commercial with the hope of a cell tower to be built on it. That fell through, and it has sat vacant since. So he is at a point where he is ready to potentially have a residential dwelling there. So he is asking to be rezoned back to the R2 rural zoning district. The comprehensive plan is designated rural development, so this rezoning does fit within the comprehensive plan. And last night, Planning Commission voted unanimously to send it to you all for approval.
All right. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it. Motion.
Motion by Vice Chair, second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion on this? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, first reading, ordinance number 03052026, rezoning property located at the corner of Leonardfield Road and US Highway 76 Little Mountain, consisting of 3.04 acres from RS Single Family Residential to R2 Rural. That's TMS 640-83. Ms. Works.
Again, this rezoning request was made by property owner, Mr. Paul James Rumfelt III. He is asking to rezone his 3.04 acres that is currently zoned RS Single Family Residential to R2 Rural. He is going to potentially put would like to potentially put a manufactured house on the property, and within the RS zoning district, manufactured homes are not allowed. Looking at the comprehensive plan, the future land use map does designate this area as rural development. So again, this rezoning is in accordance to that, and Planning Commission was unanimous of vote to send it to you all for approval.
Thank you, ma'am. Do I have a motion to be first reading? Motion by Vice Chair Cease, second by Councilman Fulmer. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, item number 11, no action was taken during executive session. Item number 12, appointments, Building Fire Nuisance Board, District 5.
I'd like to appoint Mr. Kevin Whiteside to this position.
I have a motion that Kevin Whiteside be appointed to District 5. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Scurry. second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We are adjourned.